2010, 2011, I'm in college and I'm doing commentary about hip hop. I had like, some hot takes about like Kanye and Drake and stuff like that at the moment. So I was kind of gaining an audience. And I remember when the drill scene popped off, and I remember doing a video on Keith, and I was like, I love the music. So I'm reading the comments and everyone was like, yo, you're not telling the full story. Okay, because like I'm going in there and I'm doing a quick video and I'm like, yo, all his ops is dead. You know what I mean? He's dissing them, it's over. You know what I mean? Like these guys, we don't even need to know their names. And everyone was like, well, no, they're not dead. And actually, the guys who he's dissing just killed his guys. They were talking about people like Lil J.
Screaming fuck OD.
They were talking about like the FBG gang.
Nigga fuck T-Roy and OD them dead bitch.
I'm like, yo, nobody knows these people, like respectively, because they don't have a hit song. Chief Keef is going crazy with hit songs. So I made this page called The War in Chirac, and I started covering basically just constant feuds that were happening.
It's your boy DJ Academics, and now information has come to my attention. Now y'all know I call Lil Reese the Chirac Grim Reaper. Well, pretty much because every time you look through his mentions, you see a bunch of dead niggas. CBS Chicago is reporting that a 15-year-old boy, aka Little Nick from 600, was shot multiple times, and then he was brought to a hospital where he was pronounced dead by the Cook County medical examiner. At least he died doing what he loved best. Someone actually told me that these guys actually keep score on killing and coonery within Chirac. The most valuable coon is probably a legit award. The war in Chirac never stops. The coonery never fucking ends. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.
His War in Chirac series went viral, and the fans were now aware of the ongoing Chicago gang war, particularly as it pertained to the rappers involved.
How many people do you think have died in the war in Chirac?
Thousands.
This past weekend, at least 52 people were shot, 8 of them killed.
In the following years, between 2011 and 2020, 5,518 people were murdered in Chicago, to the amusement of self-proclaimed Chiracologists, who created a Reddit page, which now has over 175,000 members.
But I'd never seen a place where life was valued less than Chicago. To this day, I've never been to Chicago because of that.
I feel like things bad everywhere. Things just bad in Chicago because like this shit came like a movie to people. Like when it first got famous, people started like, it was like we was characters. Like damn, like you got me look like an assassin.
Drilling itself is an energy that once people latch onto that shit and you become invested in the story, it's like a soundtrack to a movie, and it sounds bad to say, but it's a soundtrack to a movie that you're watching live. You know, I'm looking at this not like on some voyeuristic like, yo, oh shit, this is like entertaining. I'm like horrified. What I try to do is satire, hoping that people could look at them like, that looks ridiculous. These dudes, like, they're disgusting, right? People took it and they ran with it. Everything I thought that people would be like, yo, this is some sick shit, they loved. We have a bloodthirsty audience, especially in music. The more people die, when someone gets locked up, their streams are through the roof. Music sales, going through the roof. Trust me. I was a driving force in getting some of these guys, other than Keith, eyes and attention and ears to some of their stuff.
Did you feel responsible for like inflaming gang tension on the streets by covering things?
Hell no. But let me tell you this, accountability is hard to take, man. They say, yo, well, you gave people nicknames. And when you gave someone a nickname of Grim Reaper, some other guy is going to start killing more to try to get that nickname. And I'm like, I don't believe I caused any murder, but if my videos, because they were popular, instigated any two parties, I'll take blame for that. But motherfucker, if you picked up the gun, I'm not taking blame for what you did, right? When I started covering war in Chirac, niggas was dying every day already. I was on Twitter watching people bleed out, and I was like, I can't believe this is, like people getting shot like dogs, bleeding down, everybody filming it. And then you go on social media and everybody saying, I'm smoking on the pack. So you gotta take blame for you doing that. The parents gotta take blame for not being in the kid's life. The cops gotta take blame for them basically just like throwing their hands up in the air and saying, let everybody kill each other. Like these motherfuckers, like everybody wants an easy scapegoat.
Listen, stop acting like a bitch ass nigga and just fight, bro. Leave the pipes alone, fight. Oh, it's so fucked up now, it's like a 12-year-old just said, I'll pop you. So another 12-year-old. You like, bro, just fight him.
Why do you think that happens?
Cause yeah, motherfucker think it's about being a shooter or a killer. Music played a part. But music won 100% why everybody doing this. It's your fucking mama and your fucking daddy. You get what I'm saying? It's your mama and your daddy, bro. It usually be your environment, but it's your mom and your fucking this about how you getting raised, blood. Like, raise your fucking kids right.
I don't think it's drill music at all, I promise you. If we was to take drill music away right now, and it be regular hip hop, it's still gonna be the same type of violence. Everybody wanna be a character now for the internet.
On social media, beefing, making threats, making crazy comments, like going on live, you know, it's like, you know, waving the gun in the fucking camera. You know, it's like, it's almost like a competition to see who can push it the furthest and get the most attention. Because, you know, there is a fair amount of clout chasing, and, you know, that is a toxic element.
In that way, do you think that drill is like bad for society?
No, because the thing is, like, the realities of what is being discussed in that music was there before the music was there. The music is just an expression of that, it's just a reaction to that. Like, when you're talking about inner city gun violence, you're talking about poverty, you're talking about poor education systems, you're talking about, like, low access to food, you're talking about low economic opportunities. Those are the kinds of solutions that you would need to apply to that situation.
If you could go back in time, would you make War in Chirac again?
You know, I've grown. Was it appropriate? Probably wouldn't do that again. I wouldn't do it again just because I think we're dealing with mental illness in Chicago. And when you see people are kids, these people who are doing murders, like Ronald No. 9 was like 17, doing drills and all that type of shit, it's easy to be outraged and also say, damn, how could you guys take a life so easily? But also you got to think about the cycle of mental issues that they're having, the trauma that they're suppressing.
After the success of the War in Chirac series, Academic's formula was replicated hundreds of times, creating a concentrated YouTube algorithm that turned gang drama into an online mega industry. One of the channels in this algorithm is called No Jumper, which is quite different from the War in Chirac, but nonetheless features many interviews with gang-related rappers.
Do you even know about gang shit when you first moved to Florida? When did you actually become a 5'5" Crip? You are widely known to be associated with the Hoovers. Some of the dudes who got caught up for this murder are like actual rappers who have videos out with many, many thousands of views. Again, like you say, a lot of the stories are hypothetical, but in this one, you actually mentioned that a specific rapper from Chicago called a girl 6 times while you were hanging out with her.
Right, it just ran. You see what I'm saying? The shit just become, man, you know.
So I went on the podcast and spoke to the host, Adam22, about the ethics of producing monetized gang content. Do you think drill music is bad for society?
Yeah, definitely.
How come?
Because people are in gangs killing each other and making songs about it and making it sound super cool. And even me as like a 38-year-old fucking white man, I listen to it and I think that it sounds kind of cool, and I struggle with that. But definitely I think it's probably, as much as I like listen to it, it's probably got to be a net negative for society, right? Just the romanticization of violence in general.
Do you think you help make it look cool?
I don't know. I feel like when they're on a beat with a fucking 808 going crazy and they're able to like rhyme and make less sense, that probably is like when it sounds coolest. Because they don't really talk about that in interviews, right? I mean, most of like all the Chicago like gang members or whatever, it's like the amount of like street shit you're gonna be able to get them to talk about in an interview is pretty minimal in comparison to the stuff that they're essentially saying in their songs.
It just must be crazy because like you talk to so many people who like have died recently. Like you're like the last person to interview FBG Cash.
Right there. His name's on the wall.
Yeah. Do you feel any responsibility for like inflaming like gang beef by having so many gang members use this platform to promote themselves?
No, because I mean, I feel like this is a hip hop platform that long ago has kind of been clear to me that that's more or less the gist of what we're doing, you know? Like there was a long time where I didn't do any street shit, you know, in the beginning it was mostly like SoundCloud type stuff and more like avant-garde, you know, internet shit. We've gone more in that direction, and like a lot of like, it's also the direction rap's gone in. It's tough to get away from the fact that the fans just want what they want. You know, as a content creator, you kind of have to follow the incentives to a certain extent. It's just been taken to the point where the fans like want this shit to be real. They don't want to hear you say, I'll shoot you if you come near me. They want to hear you say, so-and-so from the other side got killed because he fucked with me. Like the fans are really drawn to that kind of immersion, I guess.
Whenever you grew up here, did you guys spend a lot of time in other parts of Chicago? Like, did you ever go like downtown or to other areas, or were you mostly here?
I spent a lot of years inside this gate.
Have you been to like a Cubs game or anything?
No.
You guys want to go to the White Sox game with us?
Yeah, we go.
I need y'all for that documentary deal for sure. So,
For sure. Talk to your grandma. We'll definitely do it.
I'm really push out a tune. I'm push out a tune.
Too turned up for J Mana, I do it all for J Mana. Been blocks, hop out, jocks out, where you going, boy? Take these shots for J Mana. Me tie, we smoking on thunder. I'm cool and thinking about mana. I want them 10s and them 20s, them 50s and them blue hunters. Chasing commas, 100s, 50s. Hella O's, I want guap. Jackson, Benji, Lincoln, Hamilton, nigga. I want them breads. Flipping dollars, 10s and 20s. 50s, 100s, I stack. Gang is mana, like Obama, little nigga.